I don't know about you, James, but I do know that I open my fridge on a regular basis and I find all these bits and pieces left over. So I'm going to show you a couple of things to do. Just have a look here, mate. It's leftover sausage, some leftover bacon, some leftover veggies. Now the sausage is not so much of a problem because I love sausage sandwich, so I can always make myself a sausage sandwich. But today I'm going to make, what would we call it? A sort of a frittata with that. Sort of, and I say sort of, I mean that literally. First of all, 4 eggs. I don't like frittatas much, I have to be very honest. I really don't. But this is a nice fluffy, light one. And it's served hot, as opposed to the Spanish style, you know, the tortilla type thing, which is always cold. Doesn't do it for me, but that's just me. I know lots of people love them. I'm just not one of them. So 4 eggs, good splash of cream to lighten it up, quite essential. If you didn't have cream, you could use some milk, a little bit of pepper. Also some tasty cheese, and I'm also going to put some parmesan in, which will just give that extra bit of kick. Not too much, you don't want to take over. The real stuff, none of that awful muck in the packet, you know, the one that looks like, what does it look like? I don't know, but it doesn't look like parmesan, I can tell you. So quite a bit of the parmesan. Now just chop up these bits and pieces, got some chats there, a couple of those, sweet potato, bit of bacon. I just had a big chunk of bacon there, so I thought that'd be nice. You know, you can use any sausages. It's just one of those things. Use any vegetables. So that goes into the egg mix, and we'll just whiz that up. You just want to mix it. It's like when you're making an omelette. You just whisk it together. A little bit of salt, and then a nice dollop of butter in my pan. And let's just melt that. And then you put your mix in there. What I want to do is seal it a bit on the bottom, and you will see when that's happening, because what will then happen is this will come away. So we're not making scrambled eggs, so we don't go woo, and we're not making an omelette, but we do want that bottom to seal a bit. You see it's starting to come away from the side? That'll mean that it'll get a nice colour on the bottom. So that then goes in the oven, 180 degrees, 10-12 minutes I reckon. Then we'll start thinking about the stir fry. All right, the second lot of leftovers. I said to you barbecue pork, you could use duck, you know, soy sauce, chicken, any leftover, and I've got some fried rice there. First of all, let's just cut up some of this barbecue pork and some peanut oil, or just some veggie oil, it's up to you. And what I've got to go in there is some finely sliced ginger, nice fresh young ginger, and a couple of cloves of garlic, which I've also sliced, and some red capsicum, which I've done the same to. Now I have to say to you, because what can I say? You know, when you watch a Chinese chef, you know, a master chef in a Chinese restaurant cooking, and they have it at about 1,000 miles an hour and flames everywhere, and they never burn anything. It always amazes me. Well, I'm not that good, so I have to be honest. I do it in one of these heavier woks or wok style pans, and I don't get it too hot. Then I throw in that pork. That'll add some nice flavour. What I will slice some of this bok choy, not too much, and I'm just doing the stalk parts, which are just as edible as anything else. To that I then add a good slurp of Chinese wine. And what I've also got here, now I want you to take a very careful, this is one of my new range of sauces, Mr. Wong's sweet and spicy. Now it goes beautifully in stir fries, and it'll be coming to a website near you and maybe a shop near you soon. So just a little bit of that. We'll also add chicken stock into this, fried rice, bok choy, and just cook that down. And I'm just thinking I could do with some of those leaves just to add some greenery. You could certainly add something like spinach or anything like that, any other. Right, let's have just a little taste, see if I need anything else. Iain, I'm showing off here. That is beautiful, really is. Lovely flavours. At Mr. Wong's just adds something special. Finely sliced red capsicum to go on the top. I've just got some salad here to go with my frittata typey sort of thingy. Well, it's sort of, it's not really a frittata, thank God. So I've got some rocket there. I've dressed it with some sherry vinegar or red wine vinegar and some olive oil. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the top. You know how people, you go places and they don't dress the leaves that they put on the top of things? God, that annoys me. Spoils my day. Now, a little bit of parmesan. Now, wine, my dear mate, Mr. Prentice, tells me Pinot Gris will go perfectly with both of these. He said, but not just any Gris. He said, a cold climate one, New Zealand preferably. So that's from the Hawke's Bay. Now, digressing a little, I'm going off on a tangent here. In the Hawke's Bay, the rugby players come out in the winter, and they, if they can afford it, they drink lots and lots of John Buck's wonderful Te Mata Cabernets. But if you can't afford it, I've got a brilliant idea. This is what rugby players do. You can start a GoFundMe page. Bucky's Cabernets. I think that'd go down like a lead balloon, wouldn't it? Bloody nice wine though. Cheers.